Hi folks, hope you're doing well. It's 4:15 on the 6th of August 2020. Yes, indeed. Just a few little subjects I'll cover in this one. Went for a walk with the dogs earlier in that fairy village. Yes. As we were coming out, I mean, it was typical, absolutely typical. There's 3 or 4 paths that people can take, and guarantee you, whatever path you choose, whatever path I choose, there's always other people who choose exactly the same path when they've got dogs. Even though there's other paths they could choose. Sod's law, really. Well then, as we were coming back towards the car, I could see a lady there with dogs. I thought, okay, I've got to get out of the way somewhere. I'll give her the way through. So I waited there for a second, and she wouldn't move. She just stood there, watching me. Right, okay, I've got to get out of the way. Okay. So there was a little path, so I took the dogs down this little path, just, about 10 metres down, just so they could sit down and rest. Just one more thing get past. Waited there. Woman still hadn't turned up. So what the heck is going on? But right, okay, let's go. She's obviously gone a different path. No, she hadn't. She was about halfway. She had travelled, about 10 metres in the space of about 3 minutes. Oh. So I said, excuse me, what's going on? I said, I've got taken my dogs over there, waited, and you're taking your time. He said, oh, I have got an old dog. I said, well, in that case, you should have taken another path then. I said, you're waiting for me to take another path, and you're taking your sweet time to come through. I've got out of the way, waiting for you to go through, and you're just taking your sweet time. As I said before, it's consideration, isn't it, really? It's being considerate of other people. You expect people to be considerate of you, but you're not willing to be considerate of someone else. Something you find all the time, it's people, isn't it? It's like even this point about wearing a mask. You get these morons who say, I don't wear one. I don't want to wear a mask because I just don't want to wear one. If you're wearing a mask, you're bowing down to the government. Really? If you're wearing a mask, you're actually trying to be a reasonable, considerate human being. If you're not wearing a mask, unless you have some extreme condition, which means you can't, then you're being a complete arse. Simple. You're being someone who deserves a slap if you're not wearing a mask. As simple as that. You're just not being considerate towards anyone else. As far as you're concerned, you could have the virus without even knowing it, and you're happy to spread that around willy-nilly amongst other people, elderly, young people, doesn't matter. They had a game. I can't remember the game exactly. I think it was in America. There's this game, this COVID game that they play. Everyone puts their phones or something. They put something, anyway, into a bowl. And I think put money. And the first one to get coronavirus wins all the money. Right? That's the game. And a 30-year-old boy, not a man, but a boy, because you've got to be a boy to do that. I think it's around that old, no older than that, died because he was playing that stupid game. Good. I hope you're in hell. I hope you're being tortured. And I hope you're being reminded what a complete moron you were, and you get reminded of that every day for eternity. Because you deserve that. You threw away your life for a game. You complete and utter idiot. There were all these people, like in that explosion in Beirut. About 100 or so people died. Bet your bottom dollar, those people would be happy to have their life back. They died because of someone else's stupidity. You died because of your stupidity. Whatever those 100 people have gone on to for their eternal situation isn't necessarily deserved. If you've been playing games to see who can win the money because you're the first to get the COVID virus, then you deserve every single thing you get for your eternity in hell. Every single. And don't think for a second you're going to heaven. You played at being a moron with the life that God gave you. You're never going to heaven, sunshine. Never. Wear a mask, folks. Stop being stupid. Wear a mask. Wash your hands when you go into a shop, when you come out of a shop. Certainly, if there's hand wash stuff there in the shop, use it. Use it when you go in. Use it when you come out. Both. So your hands are clean when you touch your stuff. I mean, going to shops. Oh my Lord, the people. Again, consideration, right? You go up to where they have their reductions. These shops around a certain time of night. Stuff that's running out of date gets reduced. So they put it in a certain area. You get idiots coming on who want to pick up everything and look at it and consider, should I take that? But they grab it first before they actually finish considering. They could have the virus on their handsy pansies and they're spreading the virus over all this bloody food. Why? Because they have no consideration for anyone else. Again, those people should get the virus and die from it. If you are that inconsiderate to others with regards to, we've got this blinking virus that potentially could kill anyone that it gets. Anyone that it gets. All these people that think, because I'm young, it won't kill me. It could. It certainly could. I mean, if you are unhealthy with your choice of living, with your choice of eating, etc., etc., if you are fat or obese in any way, shape, or form, if you're a smoker, even if you vape, you're still breathing crap into your body. Chemicals, certainly. If you're an ex-smoker, you could be got by it because your lungs could be damaged from that if you're an ex-vapor. Even if you're just very, very unlucky, you could be young, in your mid-20s, early 20s even late teens. Get the virus and just be incredibly unlucky that you are one of the people that the virus just gets and destroys. You want to play games? Because the reality is, if you're going around without a mask, if you're going to, because a lot of people went to a concert, the chain smokers had a concert, and all these people went to the concert, and they weren't social distancing or anything like that. They weren't being wise or careful. That's like they had the march. The militia had a march in London. Again, what on earth how is there a militia marching in London? Why have the police not just arrested every single one of them? How is it not illegal for militias to march in London? It's a sign of aggression. Get rid. Stop playing games with all this crap. Get rid. But those people marching, they are not 2 meters away from each other. So when they're marching in defiance of the police, they're also marching in defiance of COVID. And we know that supposedly brown-skinned people are far more likely to get the virus and die from it anyway. So what are you doing? Idiots. What, you think you really need to march in London about what happened in America to George Floyd? I don't think so. If you want to march, go to America. Mark's there. If you're really serious about this situation with George Floyd and how the police dealt with him, and you are that offended that you must go march, go to America. Go march there. Go face the reality of doing that. Go on. You're so serious about your marching, go there. Stop marching in the UK or in other countries where the police aren't killing their own people. And if you're going to talk about racism from the police, use your brains. Talk about the stuff that really is racism rather than trying to say, oh, but look, yeah, I was a young brown-skinned person wearing a tracksuit driving in a very expensive car and the police kept on pulling me over. Duh. As Homer Simpson would say, duh. Switch your brain on. What really is going to be the reaction of the police when they see that? Yeah, duh. The level of stupidity with regards to the arguments and the discussions and how people are just accepting this crap as being, yeah, well, that's okay. You're talking absolute nonsense, but that's okay. No, it isn't. Not in any way, shape, or form. That is just not okay. You're talking absolute blinking nonsense. There's nothing okay about it in any way, shape, or form. Your argument is stupid. Shut it down. Stop spreading the argument. It's stupid. Ugh. I made a video about United Stand because you have this every single transfer window. They make hundreds of videos every transfer window. The videos are designed to make money. Here we go. The streamed 5 hours ago. Sancho transfer imminent. This is probably going to be their 30th video on Sancho. They were the ones spreading. I'm not saying they were the first ones to say, but they were the ones spreading that Sancho had agreed terms with United when he hadn't. They were the ones spreading, not the first ones saying, but spreading that Sancho was going to sign on Friday. Because transfer window is when that channel makes the most money by a long shot. Now, in many ways, they do prefer the window in January because it's a much shorter window, and therefore, yeah, it's mixed with actual football matches that are happening at that time. Whereas the summer window, generally speaking, there's no football matches. So there's no live watch games. I mean, there are right now because, of course, you've got the Europa games and the Champions League games happening now because of COVID. So, yeah, put it this way, Cha-ching. They love this time. Absolutely love it. Cha-ching. That's all it's about. Cha-ching. The cash flows in. And that's what it's always been about. See, the point of it is Mark Goldbridge found an easy way of making money. Manchester United, a team that was flying high, is now struggling because Fergie's left. They first of all got in Moyes, and that was a big mistake. Giggs then took over for a bit of a season. Then they brought in Louis van Gaal, which again, mistake. And they kept on buying players that weren't really the players that were going to be suitable for the way that the manager wanted to play. And certainly with Louis van Gaal, he didn't even know how he wanted to play. How he wanted to play initially wasn't the way he decided to continue playing, not after Leicester beat us 5-3. He suddenly panicked and changed the way he was going to play. So, it's quite possible that he wanted Di Maria because he wanted to play this, quick attacking football. But as soon as he realised, oh, pants, We started the season, we didn't bring in a defender, and our defence is absolute crap. He decided, right, let's do this. And of course, Mark Goldbridge realised, so the fans are desperate for players to come in to sort this out. So let's do a United Stand, channel called United Stand, and let's talk about all of that, and let's spread all the rumours during the transfer window. And of course, fans have eaten it up. They're desperate. And this is football. You will have the same in America. You will have people doing that with American football teams and basketball teams and hockey and baseball. You'll have all of that. And especially the ones that are struggling, or the ones that were great but are now struggling. You'll suddenly have channels crop up talking about transfers and talking about the players they need to bring in. And we're now in that stage, and there have been hundreds of videos about they're linked with this player, that player, this player, that player, this player, that player, this player, that player. And all the videos, like this one, Sancho transfer imminent, right? Subject that could be really covered in 10 seconds. Hello, folks. Hope you're doing well. Sancho transfer imminent. There you go. All right, you take care. Bye-bye. Done. How long does he do the video for? 36 minutes. Why? Because the 36-minute video is going to earn a lot more money due to the adverts and the length of play, the viewing time. That's it. You see it. And you see it in every window. I wouldn't mind if it was just, one video a day. Looking at the rumours of the day, I'd say, cool. Okay, do that. Or one video a day, 36-minute video a day. Looking at the rumours of the day, looking at what's been going on. Because they did a video earlier with someone who, I'm not sure where this chap's from. 1 second. Fabrizio, somebody, who was he? Fabrizio Romano. There you go. I don't know where he's from, but that video was done an hour ago. Then 4 hours before, Sancho transfer imminent. 12 hours before that, Man United 2-1 against Lankst. Then 3 hours before that, Man United versus Lankst. 1 day ago, Sancho transfer smokescreen. And then Flex did one, Sancho transfer update. Then they did one about Alexis Sanchez officially gone. It's continuous. And when they're doing ones about matches, that's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, because they're talking to different people, different fans. So that's cool. Yeah, so for example, when they were talking about, I just noticed that they were talking about Jadon Sancho 3 months ago. This all started. Really, just started January. They started talking about Jadon Sancho. Yeah. So, all right. But yeah, bet your bottom dollar. It's a money-making practice. It really is. Yeah, because the one about Sancho transfer imminent, 143,000 views. 36 minutes of a video. How much are they going to earn from that? So you can see why there's so many videos talking about transfers. When you can earn so much money from it, it's worth investing. I mean, that's the job now. So Mark Goldbridge, that's his job. That's his only job now. He was apparently working with the police. He gave that up to do this full time. I mean, that's why I always say to people, when you're doing something full time, what you're producing is going to be far worse, because it then becomes about making money. And that's the reality. When it becomes about making money, but then, then the quality of what's being produced is going to deteriorate. That's the reality. Yeah, for example, the Try channel is a channel where you have all these things going on. It's a good one. You have all these different people coming in, trying certain things, and they do it as a sort of comedy sort of show. And they do 3 a week. They've been able to continue because they do 3 a week. Now, for the people that run it, it's a business. For the people that come on it, this is not their business. They I think they get paid to come on it. I think they probably get a portion of the profits from the videos. But most of those people have normal jobs. So it's like, I don't know. But you can tell the ones that are doing it just for a job and the ones that are doing it for, for fun, sort of thing. I mean, certainly for football ones, you've got other people that do videos. Saeed is someone who, he does videos, but he seems to have a life outside of that. Man Red United, again, Adam, does videos on a regular basis. Certainly during lockdown, I think he did a few more videos than he normally would. But normally he would do videos on match days. He wouldn't normally do videos every day, sort of 2 or 3, 4 times a day. That wouldn't be, because he would go and do his job. Whatever his job is, he'd go and do that. At least that's the impression you got. You don't get the impression with him that YouTubing is his job. And how many videos he's got, I don't know. I have no idea. His channel's doing well. He's got 11,000 subscribers. Me is one of them. Yeah. I like. Certainly, when the team aren't playing well, it's quite cool watching them. Yeah. Hi. So yeah, that's the thing. I mean, with YouTube, yeah, there were people I used to watch before who don't do videos anymore. Actually, quite a few husband and wife couples who were doing pranks on each other. That seems to have, taken a bit of a stop more recently. They don't seem to do it anymore because it was causing their relationships. They were doing it for fun to start with, and it became a job because they realised, we get lots of viewers, we get a lot of money from these videos, so let's do these just do this as a job now. Great. Problem is, their relationship couldn't hack it because all they're doing is they're just taking the mickey out of each other, and they're doing nasty pranks on each other all the time. So really, the chance for the relationship to experience any love is slim because they're always looking for chances to make new videos and to prank each other. I mean, one that I like, which is good if I can find them. I'm going to go through me thing here. Lad Boy. No, Lad Baby. That's it, Lad Baby. Now, Lad Baby is quite good. They are quite funny. They're not that bad in that sense. I've done videos about them before where they did the song I Love Sausage Rolls that got to #1. They did one the previous year. This was at Christmas. to get the Christmas #1 that was raising money for, I think, the what's it called? The charity that I can't remember what the actual charity was, but the one that feeds people. Now what it says, and yeah, they're pretty good. They do some funny ones. They do some funny videos, and sometimes they prank each other, but mainly it's not about pranking each other. Yeah, for example, one says when Dad changes the family lockdown portraits, Mum arranged to get these portraits done, where they all sat basically on their front step, and someone came, professional camera, took some photos. The Dad says, no. What I'm going to do is, he got some photos done and printed on canvas. Now, obviously, this must have cost quite a bit of money to do, because they're not free to do. Although, obviously, if he's advertising the company, then maybe he would get a bit off it. But he got them all done. But he basically got the faces, the heads of all the members of the family individually put onto pictures of royalty to wear in the royal regalia. So Mum as the Queen, he put himself as a prince riding a horse, but his face was on and then the children were like young princes. And he had all these photos done. And of course, Mum loved it, but it wasn't necessarily what she wanted. It's like at one point he did a prank one, and it was quite a good one to a certain degree. I understand the wife's point of view. She wanted to beat the crap out of him. I do understand. It was the boy's birthday, their son's birthday. I think the older son it was his birthday. No, it was the younger son. It's the younger son's birthday. Yes, and so she brought a cake with this bunny, and so Dad thought, great chance for a prank here. So he went and ordered a cake, but with the Playboy bunny instead. And I think he probably went to the same place as she went to with the cake, so it was the same box. So she asked him to go and collect the cake from the cake maker, which he did, but he bought his one. Thumped it down. She checked it, and she was very upset. And he was like, well, it's fine. Yeah, it's not really as if, a small young child is going to know the difference between one bunny and another. Certainly not going to know what this bunny is all about. Yeah. And no, Mum just wouldn't accept it. She was not happy at all. And he was saying, are you sure you told them the right bunny that they should put on the cake? And every time he said that, she was losing it even more. He eventually admitted that it was a fake cake and that the real cake was here. And he then produced a real cake. That video ended with her saying, right, you better run because I'm going to get you now. But most of their videos aren't that. I did one the other day when Dad finds the perfect gym after lockdown. Now, it wasn't a proper gym. It was a fish and chip shop called Jim's Fish and Chips. So the little sort of cute videos is what they tend to do. And it works. It just works. Yeah. So, with them, I'm not sure. Certainly during lockdown, they've done a lot more videos. But is YouTube their job? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe it is now. Don't know. I mean, they've certainly got 933,000 subscribers. So, plus they've got the members channel, whatever that is. So, there are different ways to do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't wish abuse on people that do it for a job. It's just You've got to understand when you're dealing with ones that do it for a job, what the purpose is. It's purely to make money. That's it. The content is driven for the purpose of making the most money. Therefore, the clickbait titles are there for a reason, to make money. But of course, the reality is that the Sancho transfer to United is not imminent in any way, shape, or form. It may not even happen. I mean, it probably will, but it might not. Because at the moment, United aren't willing to pay the 120 million that Dortmund want. So with that being the case, there is a problem. Now, they may be able to find a way of paying most of it and then paying the rest in installments. That seems to be what people are thinking is going to happen. But that's going to take time to do. So any talk about it happening on Friday, as in tomorrow, is very, very, very unlikely. But the purpose of making those videos is to get people watching, because obviously people are excited at the idea of a new transfer, because Man City have signed players, Chelsea have signed players, Arsenal are looking to sign players, Liverpool are looking to sign players. So Man United, of course, fans are a bit concerned about the idea of the club spending the whole of the transfer window focused on Sancho when they need 3 or 4 players to come in. So people suggesting that transfer could be done and dusted in a couple of days is exactly what the fans want to hear. So any videos talking about that, of course, people want to hear that, which is why they produce those videos saying that. Because people want to hear that stuff. That's why. And they know it. They know that every single transfer window, you have the same thing. Ed Woodward taking ages over a transfer. Because if he can save $1 million, he's quite happy. Yeah. Solskjaer may give Woodward a list of 4 players that he wants. But there's priority. First player on the list is a priority. Make sure you get him. Then we want that player, that player, that player. Now, Woodward is quite happy to focus all of his attention on that first player, get him, lose the other 3, but then say, well, at least I've got him. We'll then scramble around for the rest of the windows, seeing who we can get. Because the other people on the list have now been sold to other teams because we didn't actually multitask. Yeah. If you know that the situation with Dortmund is going to take some time, we'll then say, okay, while that's taking time, let's go and look at those players then. Let's make some inquiries about them. Yeah? Such a big issue. I mean, if you need 4 players and you get player 2, 3, and 4, but you don't get player 1, that's not bad. If you only get player 1 and you don't get player 2, 3, and 4, then we're short for the next season. You got 1 player when we needed 4. It's far, far better to get player 2, 3, and 4 than it is to get player 1 and only player 1. But the way Woodward seems to behave is, let's focus on player 1 and then let's be wasting all this time on that 1 player. Not good at all. Not helpful in any way, shape, or form. It's quite dozy, to say the least, but that's the way it is. That's the way people tend to do things at United. So that's why the videos talking about a quick transfer is very attractive to the fans. That's why you have all these videos saying Jadon Sancho transfer imminent, or it'll be done by Friday, because clickbait. That's the point. Quick clickbait because you need the clicks to make money. And that's the focus. That's the focus of the person in charge of that channel, which is Mark Goldbridge, but that's not even his real name. I don't remember what his real name is. I've done a video ages ago when I put his real name in there. As I say, I don't hate the bloke. I don't. I really don't. I don't like him. I don't like really what he does. But that's because he's using a fake name to start with, and his excuse for using a fake name is complete BS. It's quite likely, because he's using a fake name, that he's not really a fan of Man United. That's quite likely. It's quite likely he's pretending to be the way he's pretending to be Mike Goldbridge, because pretending to be a Man United fan and creating this channel as a way of making money is a very good idea after Fergie leaves. Because all these fans that have been supporting the club during the great times are going to be incredibly frustrated for a number of years. And any channel looking at that and looking at the possibility of United coming back because they're buying all these fantastic players is going to be attractive to the fans. So therefore you're going to get all your clicks and all your subscriptions and all your likes and all the rest. So you're going to make a ton of money doing that. Yeah. Oh, indeed. Tis what right. All right. Do I wish I could have done that? No. No, I mean, in the end, I know as a supporter of the club that whatever happens at the club, I have no power with that at all. None at all. I cannot influence the club as to what they're going to do. Now, if I could, as a YouTuber, if I could influence the club, then of course. Then yes, I wish I'd been doing videos about Man United and had a Man United channel, set up around the time that Fergie left. Because then maybe they wouldn't have employed Jose Mourinho. They wouldn't have brought in Lukaku, and they wouldn't have brought in Fellaini. Because it's obvious that those two players weren't going to fit, amongst others. Certainly those two players weren't going to fit, not in any way, shape or form. They wouldn't have given Lingard a new contract. They wouldn't have given Pereira a new contract. They would have said bye-bye. They would probably have kept Gomez, but they would have got rid of Lingard and Pereira because you could see with them. God, I mean, for years you've been able to see with Lingard and Pereira that there's no way, shape or form. Give them all the time in the world like Lingard has been given. And he's never going to prove that he belongs here. Never. He's had moments. But that's it. He's had moments. And he's survived on moments. Generally speaking, he's done well when he's played for England. And he's continued at United because of that. But no, that's the point. A YouTuber is not really going to have that much influence over a club. Well, not unless, okay, if as a YouTuber talking about a football club, if you had 5 million subscribers, and if you had 4 to 5 million views on every single video, then the club would take notice. But at the moment, I don't know of a channel that's doing that. I'm not saying there isn't one, I'm just saying I don't know of a channel that's doing it. So there you go. This is my Thursday morning rant. Thursday afternoon rant now, isn't it? Yes. You take care, God bless, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.